Let's talk about President-elect Trump's pick for HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Of course, he has said he believes that no vaccine is safe and effective. You have been on the record defending the efficacy of vaccines. Are RFK's views on vaccines a deal breaker for you, Senator?
No, I absolutely appreciate Bobby Kennedy taking a hard look at the vaccines. There are some questions that had to be made, and I appreciate some of the scrutiny that's going through there. I think Bobby can answer all those. I've had multiple conversations with him. I've sat down and had long conversations with him, and I actually find the guy extremely intelligent when it comes to this stuff. And some of this stuff does raise a lot of questions. But I do got a question for you. The Democrats are spending so much time talking about the scrutiny of President Trump's picks, and yet did we spend this amount of time scrutinizing Biden's pick? I mean, we can talk about Rachel, the Assistant Secretary of HHS. I think that's a pretty controversial pick from whatever pronoun he or she decides to use. We talk about Sam, the Assistant Secretary or Executive underneath Secretary of Energy. And the individual was arrested multiple times for stealing luggage off of conveyor belts inside airports. And I didn't see this same type of scrutiny that the Democrats used on these individuals' picks. There's been a lot of picks. I mean, we can talk about Pete Buttigieg. Is he really qualified to be the Department of Transportation? But I don't see the same people given the scrutiny here.
We scrutinize all of those picks robustly. But Senator, let me just go back to this, because you've been on the record saying that you do believe vaccines are safe and effective. You're not concerned about RFK Jr. overseeing the largest health agency in the land?
I have said that there's some positives to vaccinations. I've also questioned vaccines multiple times, and I think they should be questioned. For instance, why is America highest in autism? What is causing that? Is it our diet, or is it some of the stuff we're putting in our children's system? It used to be almost not even heard of. Then it went from 1 to 10,000, then to 1 to 5,000, 1 to 2,000. In some races right now, 1 out of every 36 kids by the age of 3 have developed some form of autism. What is causing that? And if it is the vaccines, there's nothing wrong with actually taking a hard look and finding that's what's causing it. Okay. Is it something else that we're putting in our systems? We do know we're not as healthy as we should be right now, and we're the most developed country in the world, so all things should be on the table. And if that's scrutinizing vaccinations, then that is exactly where we need to go.
Senator, I just have to say, no credible expert or study has shown a link between vaccines and autism. So I just want to be on the record with that very quickly.
Exactly, but when we ask about the studies for the vaccines, Kristen, I know, but when we ask about the vaccines and the study that was done specific for autism, it's extremely vague. And in fact, there's not been a direct study on each individual vaccine if it has a possibility of causing it. They have an overall reaching view, and I've asked these questions because I sat on health in the House and on the Senate, and we have got almost no answers on that.
Again, there's just no scientific evidence for that, but
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.